Hey everyone, it's Rene Illescas with Team Rene. I hope you had a great weekend and ready to talk some real estate. So let's see what happened in April. Today we're going to talk about three items. We're going to go over the inventory, the units sold, and also how are the prices hovering in this market. And we're going to start with Oakville. So let's take a look at Oakville and what we've noticed in this market. In terms of inventory, it did have a little bit of a dip, about an 18% dip versus the previous months. But not to worry, the previous months were very strong and we're just seeing a little bit of an adjustment. If we look over to the right side, we notice that in 2020, there was about 109 units sold versus in this previous April, which is 483 units. This is saying that the market is definitely aggressive. It's still moving, and we're seeing about a 343% increase with units sold. In terms of where it's hovering, we're noticing that in Oakville, the detached market has actually increased about 26% versus last year. The townhouse market, we've gone up about 29%, and the condo market has gone up 15%. So very strong. Oakville is definitely still a seller's market. If we hover over to Burlington, it was fairly similar in terms of the inventory. We noticed about 18% of a dip of 18%, but the days on market is still very strong at 6 days. If we look over at the right side, we seen that comparing to last year, the units sold was 244% higher than the previous year, which is just astronomical. The buyers are out there and definitely a seller's market. If we look at prices, Burlington had an absolute huge month. It was up 41% versus the previous year. And the townhouse and the condo market were similar to the previous month. So townhouse was 25%, condo was up 35%, which are still big numbers. As we look at Milton, we noticed that the inventory here did not drop too much. It actually just went down about 5% versus the previous month. And the days on market is still very aggressive at 5 days. The units sold, we did notice that in 2020, it was hovering at 88 versus 292 in 2021, which all equates to 232% growth over 1 year, which again, lots of activity. Buyers are just coming to the West End for sure. The prices in Milton kept skyrocketing actually from 1 month to another. We noticed a 43% increase in the detached market, which is about 1.2 million on an average rate. Townhouse market went up 21%, and the condo market went up 30%. So Milton's been doing extremely well. If we take a look at Hamilton, this is one that just does not stop. And when we look at this, it's been unbelievable. It had only a 4% drop in inventory versus 1 month to another. But I'll get into the prices in a second. But if we look over here, in 2020, there was 183 units versus 537 that sold in this past April, which is almost 200% of a change from 1 year to another. If we look at the prices, this is where we're just seeing some big numbers. So 42% increase versus last year, which is around close to 700,000 on a median price. Townhouses went up 52% in terms of value versus last year, which is one of the highest prices that we've seen increase in a while. So some townhomes are hovering around that 700 plus in Hamilton. And condos went up 45%, which again is another big number, and they're hovering around the 440,000 price point. So in terms of just a couple quick opinions here that I always like to give, I think that the market will continue to be aggressive. The inventory might decline a little bit more over the next month or so. Hopefully not. But if we're looking at trends, it seems like this is the time of year that normally we see more inventory, but we'll keep a close eye on it. And June 1st is going to be an interesting month. We're going to see how the stress test affects the buyers, but we'll keep an eye on it. So hopefully this video was helpful. We'll see you soon. Every month we will do our market update. Thanks again. Rene Illescas with Team Rene. Have a great one.